Damn it. Look at that. All right. So that's what that is. All right. So I guess let's talk a little bit about sexual energy and how does that tie into you doing your live streams? And I don't know because it came to me, but I don't have the messaging for this yet. Did I freeze? Am I frozen? Am I frozen? This is just all kinds of fuckery this morning, I tell you. I can't even tell. I can't even see if I'm live, y'all. I can't even see if I'm live. I could be talking to you right now and you're probably trying to tell me, yes, you're live. And I'm like, I can't see me. Well, this is just a fucked up morning for live streams. Okay, am I live? Okay, I'm not frozen. I just got that. Thank you. I was like, wait, on my end, I look frozen. And I'm like, what's going on? All right, let me drink. This is not the Monday I was looking for. This is what it is, right? And some of y'all are like, see, this is why I don't go live, because I would freak out. I don't know what's happening right now. I thought I was frozen and I wasn't. Oh my God, I would be so embarrassed and mortified, you know, because it would look like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna let y'all in a secret. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Do any of us know what we're doing? And it's so funny because we live in this world that tells us that like we're supposed to know. You're supposed to know what you're doing all the time so that you don't get in trouble, so that you don't do it wrong, so that you don't make a mistake. And I was one of those people. I was so afraid. Maybe this won't be about sexual energy. I don't know. This is for those of you who are afraid to make mistakes. I was so afraid to make a mistake that I just wouldn't do anything. I wanted to. I really, really wanted to. Like I wanted to in high school, I wanted to run cross country, but I was scared that I wasn't going to do it right. And so I quit. I wanted to run track, but I was scared that I was going to lose. So I quit. Me and basketball just never jived, even though I thought about it. I was probably good enough to try out for the volleyball team after I learned how to play volleyball, but I didn't want to do it because I was scared I was going to make a mistake. If it was anything where I didn't already know it or knew how to do it or could come across like I knew it, I wouldn't touch it. And can you imagine how limiting that actually is? How much we cut ourselves off from opportunities. I would admire people who were just unafraid to try shit and fail and be okay with it. But that, like, when you think about it though, that's what scientists do all day long. That's what your cell phone is. Your cell phone is try and fail, try and fail, try and fail. Oh, success. Like everything that you basically coming across in your life, this Mac that I'm using, everything is try and fail. I look at Elon Musk with this freaking Tesla, and he thought it was gonna, the one model that he thought was gonna be the shit. Bring it out in front of the stage, you know, this is what's gonna happen. I don't remember exactly what it was. I think it was like the glass wasn't supposed to shatter. I don't remember. But anyway, whatever he thought was gonna happen did not happen in front of an audience full of people. Folks wrote about it. Dude didn't go back and cry and say, I'm not making any more cars. I failed. He went back and said, okay, what the fuck was that? Fix it. Let's fix it. What are we doing? And we're so afraid. We're so afraid to be seen as wrong, as not knowing, because we've been taught to value like the book knowledge, the knowledge so much that it causes us to freeze. And it causes us that fear of failure is real. And I had fear of failure, probably still do somewhere in there. Imposter syndrome, a lot less. Actually, doing this helped me a lot with the imposter syndrome. Because so what happened was, and I know a lot of y'all like we're here with this, I would be sitting at home thinking about, first of all, let me be clear, all those books, if you saw my stories, all those books in my stories, I've read a good amount of them. Some of them I have not read yet, right? I really am a book whore, right? So some of them I haven't read yet. A good portion of, maybe half the books that I have in my house, I've already read, but I've got about 75 that I haven't, that I'm working my way through, right? So I'm just putting that out there because people see all the books and go, oh my gosh, she read all of them? No, I haven't. And sometimes it takes me 2 years because I go back and forth. So I'm sitting at home and, I'm thinking about, I'm teaching about orgasms and how women can break through with their sexuality and stuff, and meanwhile I'm sitting at home collapsing into myself, like going through a dark night of the soul, which just felt like I just continuously was going through a dark night of the soul and felt like I clearly can't teach women this stuff. I'm not actually living the life that I say that I'm teaching. That's what it felt like. Coming on here and doing these actually helped me deal with that. I'm not going to come on here and say anything that I'm not doing, experiencing, learning. So that takes care of that. 2, in the process of doing this, I have learned a lot about myself. I get to refine what it is that I want to do. So I don't feel anymore. I really don't. I don't feel the imposter syndrome. Hey, hallelujah. I don't feel the imposter syndrome anymore that says, you say you're doing one thing over here and you're doing another over there. And that was a huge thing that held me back. So there's the fear of, this is what I hear from a lot of people. Like there's, that the imposter syndrome, there's the fear of failure. So what helped me? I'll tell you that in case you were just happened to wonder, because you were. I'll tell you. Sexual energy. This is how we tie into this. So sexual energy is what helped me. Sorry, I'm trying to long pauses because I'm thinking. Most recently, and you all have seen me post about this, most recently, the practice of sex bomb, that's stroking, has helped me to get deeper into who I am and into the frequency, the vibration that I carry. And I want you all to remember that we are vibrational beings. Like we think, I was just talking to my daughter about this, like we think we're this solid matter. Gosh, y'all need to watch some Star Wars. Like Yoda was laying it out for us. Yoda was for real. Yoda was like, this crude matter you think you are. Not like, it's like, nah, this is not you, right? You're an actual vibrational being. You are light and sound. You are vibrating at such a rate that you cannot be penetrated, right? Like air vibrates differently, right? Humans vibrate differently. And so we each carry our own unique, like our fingerprint, our own unique individual signature, energetic signature, which attracts some, sometimes repels others, just like any other static, cling, magnetic thing. That's us. Where was I going with that? Oh, so Sex Bomb has helped me to get deeper into what my frequency is and make it clearer so that it's not as, it's like a radio. You turn like, well, I'm old enough to remember a radio dial. You turn a radio dial, you try to get the station just right, or you're fixing the antennas on the TV to get the signal just right. Oftentimes we're walking through the world living in a bunch of static. Sexual energy is creative energy. And so it can help disperse the static so that you're clear. Now, I'm not talking about just having sex, because you can have sex with someone and just create more static and more confusion. I'm talking about clearing your own energy. And you can do that with sex, with a person whose energetic signature is clear. That's how healing sex happens. And they can help you clear yours as well. And yes, I've been getting that. Gotta say, that's been helpful. Okay. But you can also do it on your own. And this is what I'll be incorporating more of when I teach sex magic, because as I said before, and admitting my failings and shortcomings, right? I'm teaching sex magic, and I'm teaching it so that women can like get something, yes, create your life, but kind of use your pussy. Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. But with sex magic, it's also a way for you to get clear on your vibration, on your energetic frequency. There's something that I wanted to say, and like I can feel it in the back of my head, but it's not clear, and I don't have English for it yet. So I'm gonna just have to let it ride, and hopefully it'll come through me before I have to hop off. So part of coming on here, doing the things, or being or not being afraid to fail, is when you're clear in what you understand your frequency to be, that fear is lessened. Does that make sense? The fear is lessened because you're more sure, if that makes any sense. So like before, I might have been confused about, am I meant to talk about sex? Maybe, oh, you know what? Here's a perfect example. Relationships. And I've talked about this before. Relationships. Here's where there was a lot of static for me. My frequency is polyamory, right? The static had me attempting to be monogamous and trying to fit into that life. That was not my vibration. And so I did not do it well. I don't do, and I don't do monogamous relationships. I don't not do them well because I have communication issues. I mean, shoot, we all could improve on that. It's not because I'm afraid to be vulnerable. The fuck, I'm on here talking to you guys every day. It's not because I'm scared of rejection. I'm usually the one who's telling some dude that I like him and that, yes, I want to be with him. So it's none of those things. It's literally not my frequency. It's just not. But because I was not clear on that, I kept trying to get into shit and fucking it up. Because it just wasn't for me. And I am so happy and content and at peace when I am allowed to, when I give myself space to connect with other people the way I choose. So that's an example of what happens, or the decisions that you might make in your life when you've got static and you're not clear on your vibrational frequency. And you can use that when you look at areas of your life. If you look at areas where you keep trying to fit yourself into something, I mean, examine it. Because I did examine me in monogamy, right? I did ask myself all those questions. I did go to, I've gone to therapy on and off since I was 10 years old. No lie. And I asked for it when I was 10. Okay, so I have asked myself a lot of questions, and and seeing everything from a psychiatrist to a guidance counselor to a psychologist to a social worker. Like I've seen a variety of folks in a variety of ways. So I've done that work. So when you find yourself coming into something where you're doing work, you're unraveling things, and it's not quite fitting, that may be a sign for you to be doing something else over here. It just might be. Some of y'all want to be entrepreneurs and it's really just not for you. It's just not. It seems exciting. It seems like fun. The idea of just creating your own income seems amazing. And also you are not interested in going live and you don't really want to do clients. It's like you want to find a way to like make money, but not do work is really what it is, right? So maybe find a way to do that, but that's not the same thing as necessarily being an entrepreneur. Some of you don't want to work for someone else and you keep trying to do it because you think that's what you're supposed to be doing. And something happens, jobs just keep fucking up. You're fired to quit, you're fired to quit. But you have this thing over here that's your passion, but you're scared because you can't do that because you got to have a job, right? So when you're not clear on your frequency, it will cause you to live a life or do things that are actually not in alignment with who you are. Some of y'all trying to be poly, you're really supposed to choose one person. And you might need to just do the inner work on that. You think it's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna be poly. Until you're like, oh, it's like having one relationship, but with multiple people. Uh-huh. And maybe you're like, nah, it's too much for me. And the clearer you are, and the more accepting you are, then the less fear you have of failing, the less fear you have of showing up and looking like an idiot. Because you know that it's just all part of the process and part of the flow. It's just all part of the process and part of the flow. And I really feel like there's something about sexual energy in there, and it's really hard because it feels like it feels like it's at the front of my head and I can feel it in my body, like it's like, but it's not coming through clear. And so I'm not going to speak on something that's not clear. Maybe it'll come to me later. And if it does, then I'll talk about it tomorrow and we'll dive into it then, because I know that there's something in there for it, but it's just not coming out. It's like a little energetic constipation for me. But I think I've said enough this morning to at least, have people out there who are thinking about their own personal fears and fear of failure and fear of not doing it right. Man, I could get into, I'm too old for this. Like as though we're supposed to have done this all in our 20s, Yeah, knock that out the window, please. You're not too old for anything. You're just not too old. You're not. I feel like somebody here needs to hear that. I'm gonna say it again. You're not too old. Period. Right? Your life is not over. Just because you're not 25. You couldn't pay me to go back to 25. I'd go back to 15 first, and that year sucked. I would not revisit my 20s for any amount of money in the world. Well, hold. No, I can say that. I can say that plainly. All right, that's it for this morning. I'll be back tomorrow, of course. Happy Monday to you. As always, this is going to go up on YouTube. I used to edit the videos. Now I don't. I just put the whole full thing up there. Like, what the fuck? If it's up here on Facebook Live, I might as well put it up there on YouTube Live. So that's it. I love you all. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay. And I will see you back here tomorrow.